Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. I'm David Steele and here's me truck. And I need some water. Okay, I think this is the first time I've shown off the FLX Peterbilt 359 on the channel. I may have shown off the Outlaw 359, but not the FLX, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is it's a lot newer to my collection. This is a premium truck. It's $30. And secondly, I've just not spent that much time in it. Now, it was recently updated, so I grabbed the update. Thank you to Freebid Gaming for pointing out that this has been updated. I hadn't seen it. And today we're going to do some extreme heavy hauling, so let's just take a look at what we've got. So we have here the 359 in one of my favorite colors. It's configured in broadly a 1986-87 specification. So under the hood we have a Caterpillar 3406B. That's the 425 horsepower version, so 1450 foot-pounds of torque. It's paired up with a modern 18-speed Eaton Ultra Shift transmission. Yes, I could have used a manual, but I didn't. I used the automated box, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One of which is I don't have a gear indicator in the dashboard, and I use a controller, which makes it hard to shift gear if you don't have something physical to hold on to. And yes, Zach, that's what she said. Okay, fair enough. It's got a 4.1 final drive. That is fairly short. The standard Eaton Ultra Shift 18-speed is a 325. So this is a lot shorter, but there's a good reason for that, and this is the reason why. Behind my FLX Peterbilt 359, let's call that a Pete 359 or something similar, is a heavy bulldozer. And behind that is another heavy bulldozer. I'll put links in the description below as to what this mod is, but this is a double trailer, double weight. In fact, let me see. Now there is one small little issue with this trailer, and it will become obvious as we get a little closer to it. You see that the second trailer does not have the whatever the thing is that you connect it to. Let's just drop into here. Yeah, so okay, you have a gap. And you know what? Most of the time you don't even notice that. The only reason why you're seeing it right now is because I'm pointing it out to you. Not particularly smooth on the zooming. But yeah, this is a long trailer. This is a heavy load. This is 356,000 pounds of cargo. This is going to be a challenge for a 410 horsepower Caterpillar, even with an 18 speed and even with a 4.1 final drive. So I'm going to go ahead and start it up. We have Carl today again as my navigation system. Let's jump into the canopy. Let's jump into the cockpit here. Check my ride heights where it is. I'm going to use my my beacon. Like so. In fact, does that change the dome light in here? I guess not. And that's good. I didn't really want it to. We're using an engine from the Steel Production engine pack. This truck does come with a fairly decent range of engines, a pretty broad range of engines, and we're not using one of those today. It's going to start me off in second gear. That seems a little optimistic, but we'll see. I'm going to put my headlights on today for safety, and without further ado, let's get on the way. In fact, no, there might be further ado. Let's just check my instruments for a couple of things. So what have we got here? I just opened the window. Okay. Load gauge, air suspension. Yep, that's great. Manifold, engine temperature. That's oil temp. That's good. There's my fuel. There's my air pressure. Transmission to front driver temperature. Is that a measure of how hot the driver is? Because it's pretty low right now. Rear driver temperature. We have a backseat driver on board, and he or she is less hot than I am, or just as hot as I am. I don't know. Speedo goes up to 80. We have a voltmeter. We have a clock. Yeah, I think this is going to be a trip. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to use the external view quite a bit to leave here. This is going to be just a challenge just to get going. So let's put the parking brake in and start to move off. And so straight away it's kind of struggling in second, but it did it. I mean, I guess that Eaton Ultra Shift is going to know what's right. Got a bit of vibration from the controller. I kind of expect that. Oh, I mean, it's pulling it. Let's go ahead and get those windows closed, I think. I don't need the extra noise. So let's see, what's my trip today? 260 miles, it reckons 5.5 hours, and we've got 18 hours, it looks like, to get there. So we're going to be fine time-wise. That might be foreshadowing, but we're going to be fine. The hardest complication I'm going to have to deal with today is getting this trailer stuck on something or getting stuck on a hill. Both of which are going to be pretty easy, and both of which could be pretty detrimental to how well this trip goes. I want to give it. I do want to get that window open after all. Yeah, I'm not convinced that I'm going to make this work the way I wanted it to. Switch to my external view. Am I going to make that? It's going to be real close. Now, if you are familiar with the FLX, Pete, you'll see that I've swapped out the standard rims for steels. Comes with 24.5-inch rims as standard. I really wanted the shorter gearing that you get with a smaller rim today, so we're using steels. I mean, that looks kind of close, if I'm going to make it around that corner or not, but let's switch to this view and just watch it in the mirror. I want to go slowly in case I do catch it. Actually, it looks like we're going to be all right. Okay, it's close, but we made it. All right. Let's get my windows back up now. It's going to be a lot of vibration, I think, on this rough road, but that's okay. All right. Yep, already got on the vibration there. And we're turning right at the top, so I'm going to have to pull to the left of the lane I'm in, and we're already downshifting. Yeah. What gear is this? 4th. Okay. It's gonna have to drop me down to first. Alright, well at least it's pulling off and keeping it going in first, but I don't think we're gonna get much quicker. Yeah, let's hit the governor. Let's try and shift it to second. Yeah, it doesn't want second gear. Okay. So it's moving me up in the crawler gear. Let's switch to the external view, and that's as fast as we're going to go up this hill, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's how you move 400,000 pounds of Peterbilt 359 and cargo. I think a weigh station would be quite a cool experience if we get to one. Well, I'm going to sit back, pop the kettle on, make myself a cup of tea. Not much else to do right now. Is my speedo showing? Yeah. Showing I'm doing 5 miles an hour. I mean, this is the kind of speed where someone with a fairly good walking pace will be walking in front of you, waving a flag. Hey, I think we went for second gear. Yes, I think we did. Okay, and I then gave it squeeze more power on it, downshifted to first. There's second. Okay, I think. Or was it third? It's third. Well, I don't know who programmed this engine shift pattern. That was me. But they might actually know what they were doing. Maybe. Okay. Well, so the first challenge is basically getting the thing going and keeping it going up a hill, and that's going to require a bit of patience. The second challenge is actually stopping it, because with a lot of mass behind you, you're gonna need a lot of brake. So I'm likely to abuse the service brakes, and I imagine that this thing would just melt its brakes if I'm not very careful with it. I don't expect to be able to hit 55 unless we're going down a hill, and of course the problem with going down the hill is if there's a stop light or sign at the bottom, or a roundabout, or a curve, or anything. Am I going to stop in time? Alright, let's move off. Bad form to cough on camera, I'm sorry. Okay, give it some lock. Check that we're going to miss the curve. I think we're going to miss it. Okay, we've missed it enough. I didn't feel us go over it, so I'm happy with that. Alright, I squeezed the power down and it downshifted, so it's right on the sort of cusp of wanting to downshift and wanting to not. So I'm going to lift off completely and just coast up to this light. Mileage for this trip, I don't expect to be anything amazing. Maybe 3 miles per gallon. And the light turns green. Yeah. Yes, Carl, I know. That's a struggle log, because moving off is going to be a bit of a challenge. Now, it looks like we're going to have to climb to join this this freeway. So this, I hope, is not another first gear grind. But it may be. So I guess I'm just gonna move off and just nail the power. Just give it full power in the hope that it will keep it going. And I'm sorry I blocked this guy. Whoa. Is it an Audi? No, it's a Infinity, I think they are. A fancy Nissan, I think. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's full power. Good grief. Takes me to the governor, upshifts, it's probably block shifting too. Just missing a gear. Full lock, straighten the thing up. Start to straighten up a little bit. Okay, point it towards where I want to go and let go of the steering. It's not holding it, okay. So we're going to downshift again. Let's switch to this view just because I think that put me in first. No, maybe not. Put me in fourth still, okay. So not having a gear shift in indications is a bit of a pain. That's probably first. And I don't think I can get away with upshifting. Let me try manual mode and forcing the next gear. Okay, it did it. And that is second. Let's try forcing third. Governor, change up, third gear. No, okay. Down to first again. Governor to second. Governor to third. We'll try third. Yep, okay. Put it back into automated mode and let's turn off that display. And it's not that immersive. Oh, it didn't like that. Did it force the... Yeah, it did. Okay, so it upshifted and it just put it down to 1,000 revs and it kept hold of it, and thankfully it could pull itself free, but that was... yeah. Suffice to say, I didn't test my gear shift points with this much cargo behind it. So, any result other than utter failure is a positive. We've got to do what now, sir? Alright, so I'm going to take this little slip road on my left and then pull a... I don't know what that... I mean, how do you describe that? A lollipop corner? I don't know. Let's get my cruise on, I think. Did I get cruise on? Yes, I did, okay. So my cruise is set for 25. Let's put it back down to 20. Yeah, I think I don't want to fall off the road going around this corner, and I may well. Is it getting dark already? Have I been driving for that long? It's turned dark. What time is it? Looks like it's 6:05 maybe? Looking at the clock on the dashboard. Alright, so we're picking up speed going down a hill. I expect that. This is fine. I'm gonna merge behind this truck. Yep, there we go. Okay, what time is it? Oh yeah, it was. This is not going to be a pleasant trip then if it's going to be dark. So it's dark and slow moving. Even with these hazards on, I'm going to be a bit of a danger. Okay. I think I can take a night stop. Yeah, I can. I can stop for the night. And I don't see any place to stop on that GPS display. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't. But I don't think I want to be traveling into the night with this combination. Now, I would like to be accelerating, maybe. Thank you. I didn't do that. It downshifted for me. But it's still not holding its speed. Okay. This is still fine. I mean, thank goodness for those beacons, right? Everyone knows I'm slow. So I want to just talk a little bit about, I mean, we've got plenty of time here. Talk a little bit about some of the detail in the truck. So, you know, get off the side of the road. Okay, there we go. These chains that you see on the, oh, for goodness sake, I cannot steer third person and it's very sensitive. Okay. Those chains that you see, they are very happily, I can't zoom in either, unfortunately. They're animated. So if I were to shake the truck, and I'm not going to do that by way of an example. Thanks, Google. They're animated. Other stuff in the cabin's animated. You've got the CB radio. We've got the keys down here, which are not moving around much. And we've got this little, I think it's the air horn on the left there. But they don't get moved around a lot if you're hunkering along at, what are we doing, 10 miles an hour? Yeah. I'll pop kettle on. I could do with a coffee machine in here. I mean, don't do this, but I'm curious to see, does that someone actually have the doorbell? Oh no. Well, I guess not. Let's try and force an upshift. I put it in manual and that sort of helped, but okay, yeah, and there I go yawning. So and I have come 30 miles in an hour and 20. We may be late on this one. Well, so what I wanted to point out was some of the detailing in the truck is really nice. So the fact that a lot of the cabin accessories are animated, and it's not the only truck that does that by any stretch. A lot of the external stuff is also animated, and I appreciate the level of detail that's gone into it. I prefer my trucks to generally have that kind of fleet truck look for the most part. So here we've got the aluminium or aluminum accessories, things like the bumper, the exhaust parts, the air filter, the tanks. I've switched them out from painted to be aluminium, and I guess the idea there is this is more of a working truck than a show truck. We have some features that are described as rusty. Now, aluminium doesn't rust as such. But it shows wear, and so as the oxide comes through on aluminium, basically rust is iron oxide. So I guess it's kind of rusty. So some of the parts I've added to the truck are showing a bit of age, and that's okay. I'm gonna put the parking brake on. I'm gonna get back in the cabin in case this thing goes. Yep, it does. So try and move off. That's full power, and please move off. And goodness, that was first gear. That is about the limit of what we can do, and good grief, we are pulling off so slowly. Okay, once we get going. A manual could really help here, but I can't see the gear I'm in, and I don't really want to watch myself make a complete mess of this. Hey, I'm going to pull in and stop. When we get there, which is going to be tomorrow. So I could have used a Cummins KT, and there are some KTs that come with this truck. There's a whole bunch of KTs that come with this truck, and I do also have my own Cummins KT and KTA engines that I've been working on, but I really didn't want to. I really wanted to kind of stress out. Is this where I go in? I mean, this seems a little tight. Now, what could possibly go wrong, right? Yeah, a lot could go wrong. Well, we avoided that. Okay. I mean, I think we're kind of avoiding everything. Yeah, we sort of avoiding everything. Yeah, I need to stop somewhere, and I really don't want to try and have to maneuver this thing around, so maybe the game will take pity on me and just let me stop anywhere I like. Maybe. Yes, it does. Okay. Alright, so I want everyone to forget their immersion right now as I shut the truck down. We are where we need to be. We are stopping, and we'll have a bit of hand wavium activity to imagine that we neatly parked it up. I'll be back in the morning. It's the morning, and I have got to get a move on because we do not have that much time. So I think, yeah, it wants me to leave dead ahead. That kind of helps. So let's see. I don't know yet how long it's going to take me to get there. But, okay, so I'm going to be late already. I'm going to be 10 minutes late, assuming I can keep the pace that it wants me to, which I cannot. So, never mind the cold engine. We're just going to go ahead and go for it. I mean, at least it's putting heat in the oil pretty quickly, which shouldn't surprise you because we're asking a lot from this engine. I'm going to go ahead and just try and shift manually. Yeah, I'm going to make a right mess of it, but it's really struggling. By skipping gears, it doesn't know it has something the size of Scotland stuck behind it. And yes, I'm going to be that guy going through every gear sequentially in an 18 speed. But hey, it's making much better progress. Do I add testing 356,000 pounds of cargo to my my engines? I don't think so. You see, I don't know what gear I'm in when I come to a stop. 6, yeah. That's why I don't like not having a display. Okay. I don't like buses, so I guess I'm going to start to inch out. Oh, actually, there's space behind it. That's good. So give it some left lock, back on the power. That's full power, not that we can really tell, and go through the gears sequentially. Second, okay, plenty of space. That's good. Third, fourth, fifth, 6, into 7. Okay. Change up at 19, that's the 8th. Okay, I mean it's doing it fine if you go through gear 1 by 1. Let's put it to 9th. Doing nearly 15 miles an hour now. Going to 10. Is it 10? Yes, thank goodness. I've covered 60 miles in a day. That's 11. Okay. And we can now use cruise. So I've just put my cruise up to 55. Cunningly, I put the GPS unit right behind the wire or the cable for the CB, so I can't see the speedometer very well unless I shake the truck a little bit. There we go, we can see it now. So the physics are useful. I imagine the back has probably stopped swaying by about now. I'm going to put it back into automated mode, and it immediately short shifts me. Well, the 3406B, it does need revs, but also has reasonable torque at sort of the 13-ish hundred RPM, which is what it's using, so okay. We'll see. See if we can make some time up. I don't think we'll be able to. Yeah, it's taken me an hour. I was taking an hour out of my time just to get to 50 miles an hour. But it's okay, because I didn't expect to be able to make good time with this combination. And I mean, we didn't haul this load to be fast. We took it because we could. So the color I've chosen for the truck and the trailers is actually I took a picture of it was a Volvo in a truck stop in the middle of Texas, central Texas, and I so liked the color that I went ahead and I basically looked at the color code for it and programmed it into ATS. And so now quite a few of my trucks have this sort of, it is a blue color. Yeah, it's a blue, and I enjoy it, and it works for a lot of trucks. It doesn't make you any faster though. If this were yellow, I'd probably be there by now, maybe. And this must be a 1% gradient, because I'm slowly bleeding speed. I'm down to 40 now. I'm gonna switch to manual and just shift it down another gear, see if we can keep the thing rolling. Still losing a bit of speed, okay. But it's holding it much, much better. It might even be ready to accelerate. Yeah, we are. Okay. Now we're going down a hill. I suspect that... Well, are we going down a hill? We're just on the flat. I don't know. Still waiting for the... Oh, now it's going up a hill again. So down a little bit here, but I may as well leave it in this gear. And no, it's not even going down, it's going up. Downshift. Force the downshift. We gain a couple hundred revs. Force the downshift again and again. No, that's still not really helping. Downshift a couple of times. Let's keep the thing going. No, still not helping. I'm down to 10. Downshift 4 gears to 6. That's not helping. To 5. To 3. Oh, please don't drop me to first gear. Okay, thank you. It's going to be massively depressing if we go up every hill at 5 miles an hour. Alright, that's as fast as it's going to go. And we're losing speed. You ever get that feeling you've bitten off more than you can chew? Let's go for second. Okay, so it's accelerating in second. That's great. I'll try governor upshift to third if we can get there, which we can't. Huh. I'll try it anyway. Bad idea. I've put myself down to first gear, and I think we are going to get stuck. Yeah, I'm stuck. It's not picking up any speed. I'm gonna try and pull over here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Yeah, okay. Right, well, that just about wraps up today's video then. I'm not able to make any further progress up this hill. So, thanks for watching. Hope that you enjoyed it. And if you think I bit off more than I can chew, or should try this again with a more powerful engine, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Goodbye.